We are the future that cannot and will not be stopped. The Great Awakening. I've heard this for decades from my guidance. The Great Awakening cannot and will not be stopped.
But it can be weaponized. If 70% of America took a shot, it can be weaponized to control you.
Yeah, and that means shift or get off the planet. That's what that means. Because this planet's going into light. The question is, how many of her people are going with
All
her?
we're going to make it. You know, I used to wonder when they'd say so many people, when the New Age came, I knew when it was born December 21st, 2012. So we're in the 13th or 14th year of the New Age. Always remember, you always pay attention to what the Maya say. The Maya say that December 21st, 2012 it started. The New Age was born. The first 58 years will be about the feminine power, because it usually takes 58 to 60 years for the masculine, the patriarchal power to overtake the feminine. And then you just look back since 2012, and you look at the feminine in power, women as presidents, women running corporations, look what women are doing. So I always liked the Maya because I've studied them forever. And their calendar is like 9 calendars, but the Maya believed that there were 13 months, 28 days per month. And have you realized that you've only been in 12 months in a year? How long do you think that in the history since the Mayans started, how long do you think there's been 12 months? When you stop to think about it, how long do you think there's been 12 months? Let's think of this. My family Bible. We've been in America 310 years. My family Bible, which was written in 1774, it's pre-Schofield, which means it was pre-rapture.
Right.
Okay, everybody thinks rapture, the 144,000, and Jesus gonna come get us and take us all home before it comes. Remember the rapture story? Where did the rapture story come from? It came from a guy named Darby in 1853. There was no talking of rapture until 1853, a guy named Darby. My family Bible, 1774, before Schofield, not the King James Version, but before Schofield, says there are 13 months, 28 days per month. So that bug.
Did you have the Tartaria map in it too?
It does.
Yeah, Tartaria.
Wow.
So when you start to look at the Gregorian calendar, taken from the Julian calendar, okay, when you look at that, Pope Gregory, we're missing about 200 years. So we're missing about 200. Then Pope Otto III came in, and he made New Year's used to be valid April 1st. New Year's was April 1st. Otto didn't like it, so he made New Year's in January because he needed 3 days for an event that would happen pagan, that it would happen on his birthday so people could worship him as the Pope, as another place that they had conquered. That was Otto III. So we've only been living in 12 months for maybe 150, 200 years. And then there's 200 years that we don't even know about. You know, you think about, if you look at places like the Mormon Tabernacle, have you ever seen any pictures of them constructing the Mormon Tabernacle? Have you ever seen them constructing the Cow Palace? Famous, you ever seen the Cow Palace? It's like about an hour. I mean, it's a magnificent Tartarian built, okay? And you think about when they said it was built, like in 1823, and you look at it, what kind of tools did we have to build it? Not possible. It's just a lie. What you have to learn is this.
They couldn't build the pyramids either, impossible.
Well, I'm not gonna go that far. I mean, because I made 27 trips to Egypt. I did 27 tours to Egypt. I'm a good friend of Abbas Museums because I know he doesn't believe all that crap he says, he just says it. Because if he has to say that the Jews built the pyramids because of the book Exodus in the Bible, which nobody believes that Exodus existed in the Arab world. So Zach, he said, what do you expect me to do? Tell him that the Jews built the pyramids? Oh yeah, that's gonna work out in modern day America. So the point of it is this, everybody. The very moment electricity came into play, we lost our way. Because there are 28 days, there's 13 months with 28 days, because that's a lunar cycle. And the lunar cycle is what controls and manipulates everything here, whether you know it or not, so it doesn't. And when you look at it and realize that they're going to use the electrical knowledge of who you are as you learn it to be weaponized against you. And what Sandra and I are doing is structuring a counter so that every time they talk about it, they're going to have to deal with us. And we're going to take this program to the VA. We're going to go to the VA to do the studies to qualify. Because remember, the VA, and this is, I don't like everybody to know what we're doing, but I don't care. The VA is a system already structured. It's already socialist. It's paid for in advance. And it's the way that they're going to connect America together, because when you don't have a major war, this won't be a major war, America will back down against Iran. America will find a way out. After yesterday, and I say that because he and I were just talking, remember everybody, we have to understand our electrical nature from a heartfelt place, not from a desperation, not from a need, not from a control, because everything is going to be done the same way as mRNA. When you hear mRNA, that means manufactured ribonucleic acid. What is ribonucleic acid? If the DNA has a problem, it sends out its army. It sends out ribonucleic acid to correct or do the job. So when you hear mRNA, it means it's affecting and modifying your DNA. That's what it means.
Of course, it turned everybody into spike protein manufacturing plants, and then they're sharing. Thank you very much.
So our point is this. The more you understand yourself spiritually, electrically, the more you think about it, and you think about your breathing, and you think about finding an EES system, and you know, not a bunch of fake ones, there's a bunch of them out there.
There is a bad, cheap knockoff out there. Make sure you have an authentic EESystem.
There's 2 or 3 of them out there.
Yeah, because you want to put the DNA back to its original design. You want to reclaim your DNA and activate it. Intentionally looks like 12 strands on this on the screen, 12 strands, because it's to activate all that latent capability of your DNA.
Yeah, but that's Anunnaki's repressing all that though.
That was hijacked in Atlantis, yeah. So, yeah, so we want to reclaim your God self being. You know, the second coming is within each and every one of us as the sons and daughters of God, the Christed beings. So
let me ask you something. How many people think Jesus is going to come back and save them?
Jesus.
Yeah, how many people?
That was good.
Just us. I mean, how many people think that Jesus, what are we waiting for? This whole Christian story. I'm not against Christians, but it's a little weird. We're going to have a guy, think about this. They said, well, you know, I'm from the South. I'm from South Carolina. Everybody goes to hell in South Carolina. So I don't know why I never went to hell. Because if anybody was going, it was surely me. But if I didn't go, none of you are going. Think of it like this.
I mean, but they've been really good at trying to create hell on earth on this beautiful paradise, heavenly planet.
That's to mock Gaia, the living universe. But think of this, everybody. When you're a Christian, and I'm not against Christianity, because love thy neighbor as thyself, and do unto others as you would have others do unto you. That's the message. The moment you take it up, you are, quote unquote, born again. or quote unquote, you become aware of salvation, and the only way you're gonna get to heaven is through Jesus. Big deal. Think of this, everybody. Think for a moment. How many of you people think that your loved ones who have passed are in heaven? All of us.
I think so.
Well, I do too, but anyway.
And
What
multidimensional.
Let me tell you what Christianity says.
In Hawaii, we call it a change of address.
Well, yes. Here's what it says.
It was very eternal. You know, there's no death.
Hold on a second. Here's what it says in Christianity. It says you're gonna lie in that box in a void until Jesus comes back and he brings an army of angels. He gets Satan and throws him in the lake of fire. Well, where's this lake of fire? He's gonna go to Hawaii and throw him in the volcano? And what is this army of angels? And what are they gonna use as weapons? Their little swords and a little bugle playing? I mean, what is that all about? And to think that I'm gonna lie in that box, and when Jesus comes back, I wanna have a backhoe business when Jesus gets back so I can help him dig up all them coffins. Because the place that I went, to think that I want that formaldehyde-filled thing with me in heaven, you done gone crazy. There ain't no way I want it. So people say, well, Daniel, what do you want? I said, the moment they say he's gone, I need him to cremate me. Within 3 minutes, I need to be cremated. Why? If they can't send me back. Or if you cremate me and put me in an urn, think about putting me up on the mantle. People are all out in the street, and I can talk to them through that urn on the mantle. I think that's pretty funny. But when you start looking at today, and you look at what we know, and we know about quantum and dimensional reality, none of that stuff can be true. It can't be true. And as we deal with all of this, just like the UFO, the A3, whatever it was, that big old, okay, I was so hoping they were gonna crash it into the earth. You know, I was so hoping. Oh yeah, come on. You know what I always wanted to do was, when they do the next nuclear test, I want to sit on top of it. Well, yeah, that's Dr. Strange. But think about what vaporization would be like. What a rush to vaporize. Throw the switch. So when you start to look at all this stuff, when you look at yourself electrically, I say electrical because people lose it in frequencies. They lose it in harmonics. But electric is this: you turn the light switch on or you turn it off. So if you start from, if you're gonna be in the dark, you cut the switch on, cut the light switch on and be in the light. There is the two differences. So the two things I was describing was this. Number one, understanding the nature of you being electrical. All that physical stuff that people talk about is nonsense. The Bible says, and which was made, the Bible says, or fundamentalism says, that you're gonna have your flesh all ripped. You know, you're gonna be tearing and burning and your flesh all ripped. And somebody says, you know, do you know what eternal damnation is? Is dead, and you're gonna be eternally damned. So I listened to this fundamentalist preacher just go, and he was having the time of his life. I mean, you know, he was throwing down with the best of us. And he said, you're gonna be eternally damned. And can you imagine being eternally damned? I said, well, think about it. I said, well, let me ask you something. If I'm dead, you think I give a crap? If I'm gonna be eternally damned, I'm gonna be eternally damned and I'm dead? Who are you trying to scare with that? I think about how crazy a dead person who I've been thinks about that kind of lunacy. It's nonsense. But when they have to go from physical to electrical, that what it opens up is the value of who you are as a spiritual being equal to an electrical being. And that's why before 1904, in the periodic table, there was an element called ether. And because of JV, because of the works of, what was it, Oregon Energy. Who did Oregon Energy?
Wilhelm Reich.
Yeah, Wilhelm Reich.
Yeah.
Okay, when Wilhelm Reich, all the electrical energetic medicines that were alive from the 1890s to the 1930s, there were so many of them. And because they were working and curing all these things, because you were an electrical being, they had to take ether out of the periodic table. Because ether. Now, because of quantum, we have a new name, plasma. Now,
Yeah.
quantum mechanics describes the same thing that they do, and they call it plasma. It's still energy. It's still working. And it's still the basis of how your cell phone operates. So when you think you're not an electrical being, and you think that you're not a spiritual being, tell me how that cell phone works. And if you get really brave, think of this. A DVD. Look at a DVD. You hold it in the light and it reflects. It looks like a rainbow. Well, what is a DVD? It is light holding sound. Light holding a picture. And the intensity of the light, the color of that DVD, determines the intensity of the frequency of the light. Now, when you start to think about that, and you start to think about how a cell phone operates, it won't be long before your energetic nature will have to be explained to you in such a way that it doesn't equate to your spiritual identity. Why do you think they put fluoride in water?
Mm-hmm.
To put plaque on the pineal gland so it doesn't function.
Pete Peterson used to tell me that's the #1 mind control drug, fluoride. Oh, and put it in your toothpaste and it goes right to your brain.
Blood-brain barrier.
Yeah, but we're in the free state of Florida, they're banning it. Hallelujah.
Woohoo.
And
Yeah.
they're fighting that. Even dentists, think of this,
Oh.
how crazy they are.
Fighting it, oh my God, you can't live without that fluoride, right?
Kennedy,
A neurotoxin that's destroying the intelligence of our youth, but no, yeah, and destroying, creating osteoporosis and brittle bones, and yeah.
Or think about this. When they deliver the fluoride to the water treatment plant,
Mm-hmm.
and they deliver it in these big 50-gallon drums, fluoride. On it, it says poison. It's got the skull and crosses on it because it's poison. And where do they get the fluoride? It's a byproduct, a wasteful product at the manufacturing. I think it's aluminum.
Yeah.
At the manufacturing of it, it's a byproduct that's toxic. They can't bury it, so they put it in your water. And it's supposed to help you not have cavities.
And it shuts down the frontal lobes of the brain. So there's, so the cognition, the dumbing down, so they can do the propaganda and repeat the lies loud enough, long enough, and everybody believes them. It's the #1 mind control drug, besides shutting down the connection to your divine nature through your pineal gland.
And
Your
listen,
spirituality. Our technology decalcifies that pineal gland, reconnects all those things really, really, really effectively. It breaks down, sends all the calcifications back to the bones, reconnects, it synchronizes right in that brain hemispheres because that's that alchemical sacred marriage.
male
But
and
it's
female,
ideal, optimal brain states, ideal, optimal meditation states to let yourself know anything and everything God wants you to know. Like I said, like you're plugged into that infinite intelligence, activating the infinite innate intelligence of your body that knows what to do, but also letting yourself know everything God wants you to do and giving you the energy when you know, at a cellular level. It's about total remembrance of who we are, all that we're here for, all that we have access to.
Okay,
Let's
so-
go.
All right, so try this, everybody. When you look at Bobby Kennedy, and you look at Elon Musk and the Drudge, when you started looking at how many billions and billions of dollars, that his little crowd, Elon Musk came into government and did logarithms or set up protocols to study funding. Okay, and when he set up those systems, he could track money. He found almost $1 trillion of waste in less than 3 months, and then they ran him out of Washington. I think he's doing a little too much ketamine. He had a little too much fun on that ketamine. He got a little buzz. But when you think about the toxicity of the foods we eat, what's Kennedy saying? The toxicity that's all around us, of the foods that we eat, of the stuff that we eat, of the processed food, of all of this stuff and how it's happening. And to understand of being an electrical person as opposed to a physical person. Okay? This is what we get to. And so what Sandra's gonna do is take this little thing right here. This is something you buy, it costs like $1.
Toxic fumes. Toxic fumes.
Well, when I saw M&Ms at $3.98, I knew the world had come to an end. I knew Satan had must have already been here, and he was in Kellogg's, so he was taking M&Ms. I mean, but you look at the toxicity of the food that we eat. So what Sandra's going to show you is to take this pin and to take the top off of it and wave it under your nose. Just to wave it, not to touch it or to smell it, to wave it under your nose and see what electrically and spiritually happens.
Yeah, it's like
Try.
short circuit, but anyway, no, but this is what I do for fun with some of our sumo wrestlers, but all the special forces guys, the former head of Secret Service, the admirals, the generals, all. This is what I do for fun. So do we have a guy that's strong?
Or a woman that's strong? But remember what we're doing right now.
We're going to ask you to volunteer your body for science up here. Okay?
Stop for a second, everybody, and realize if everything we've told you so far has any inkling of truth about who you are intellectually and who you are energetically, and the toxicity and the poison that you're living in, and we can reinforce that with a felt tip pen, waving it under your nose. That would be a pretty good place to bank on whether we know what we're talking about.
Because we're living in a toxic soup. Period.
Created to control and manipulate you, not to empower or grow you, but to control and manipulate you. So think of this.
EMF, ELF, radiation, microwave, all the 5Gs. That's all for mind control and control, like I said, the abuse of Tesla's work. All the scalar weaponry, all the mind control stuff. You want to know how to create your own override quickly. So you stay strong no matter what, because the real principle is as we radiate light, since we're beings of light, as we radiate light, nothing that is not of the light can affect us. So we put high tech into a very low tech model. Okay, so who wants to come up? We'll demonstrate. Come on up. Yeah, we had a miracle happen yesterday.
It's unbelievable.
It was everybody. I mean, she was blown away. She could see it. Just stand. Okay, so everybody can see you. Okay, I'm just going to do basic strength level. Just push up. Just kinesiological testing. Just push up, strength level there. Okay, where's that magic marker? Hold that in that hand. Now push up. Push up.
Haven't even smelled it.
No, didn't need to.
As soon as the top came off, you smelled it.
Yeah, it's in the field, extreme toxicity in your field. Feel the difference? Now see back. We'll pop it on the
It's energized and charged by using the EE system.
Yeah, these are our hypercharged, like I said, high-tech and a low-tech wearable model, very cost-effective. I'm a Virgo, and it gotta be cost-effective.
I got one when I met you in Bali.
Okay, here we go. Hold it straight. No, back over in that hand. Let's hold it straight. There we go. But you see how fast the body gets it? Scalar moves at 1.4 to 1.5 times the speed of light. It's fast. My dad did Mach 3 while we're doing superluminal velocity. Yeah.
As soon as Sam took the
Is
top
that
off.
cool?
Yeah.
As soon as Sam took the top off of that pen, she
And I have
detected
little
it.
muscles.
You wanna get your cell phone? You didn't put the sticker on the cell phone yet,
Yes, I
right?
did.
Oh, you did. Oh, could somebody else just volunteer to, and bring, and come up with a cell phone that you haven't stuck the sticker on yet? Huh? Want it without the sticker?
Yeah, I lost it, so.
Oh, you lost it,
Yeah.
okay.
It'll be perfect.
Yep. Perfect. Take that. Again, just basic strength level first. Okay. Now take the cell phone.
My phone
How
died.
do you
My
it's-
phone fell down and I lost it.
Okay. You just, all you did was pick the damn thing up. It damned the flow. You see how it damned the flow and blew her circuits right out?
Wow.
Okay, how do you normally talk on it?
I put it on speaker.
Well, good, that's better, but see, it's even doing it that way.
I gotta buy it again.
Yeah,
Oh, we'll
well,
give it to you.
Oh,
yeah, just pop that on.
oh, you have it? Okay.
Slight difference?
So what's in the bracelet that's doing that?
It's charged.
Yeah, it's interfacing, okay, I'll tell you exactly how it's working. Well, there's a lot of science to it. This is applied integrated biophysics. Everybody got that? Applied, this is not theoretical physics, this is applied integrative biophysics. It's like nuclear, quantum, meta, and electrical, mechanical, structural, engineering, physics all got together and had a baby.
And his name was Andy.
Cost effective. Yeah, because scalar embeds and it's interfacing. What it's doing with the body now, the bracelet is on a pulse point and the blood runs through it. Like the girl yesterday felt it immediately and her spine adjusted and she was able to stand up and be straight and her breath, we watched her breath open up, all that kind of good stuff.
This
You
happened
feeling it
yesterday,
still?
everybody. This
Yeah.
happened yesterday.
Yeah,
She-
and then it keeps going through the body.
She went from paralyzed in a wheelchair to where she could stand up, and when she sat down and Sam did the second part of the test, her spine aligned and she straightened up. It was amazing. If you watched her, she straightened up.
Wow.
I mean, in a wheelchair right there, it says that, okay, she had to sit down.
And then she had to stand up to make sure that she could, it was like she could stand straight. She's been working and trying everything for 15 years.
Wow.
How cool is that?
That's amazing.
Cost effective. We have miracles 24/7. I was promised if I created this technology, we'd have miracles 24/7 all over the world. The technology is now in more than 60 some countries. More than 700, about 700 centers, but it's in thousands of private homes.
Thousands of homes.
Thousands, including the Sultan of Abu Dhabi, and they do their special meetings in it. It's in 24 units around Tony Robbins' bed. That's not too far from here. He's got 16 in his healing room, 24 around his bed, 24 in his office. You have a system.
TLS system the same as your EE system?
No.
No.
Oh.
Bastardized bullshit. Okay,
No, Stuart.
sorry. Not a good idea. Get an authentic, I talked about that earlier, authentic, use an authentic EE system. Do not do the false light system.
Okay. How do you know the difference?
Ask. Ask. Authentic EE system. Go to eesystem.com. Did everybody get a sticker for your phone?
No.
This is a high-tech and another low-tech model. This is holograms that are hypercharged. It's a transmutation of energy into beneficial fields for the body. Yes, we have plenty. You can have them too.
Yes.
Explanation of why TLS system is different. They will set an account.
Two.
I need to buy that next one.
It does not
Oh.
qualify
My
as
next
EMS. So therefore, by that definition alone. it
Yeah,
does
we
not
can
say
demonstrate it
It
too.
does not recreate the scale of fields this does.
Doesn't create the bombardment.
No, it does just create
Okay.
the field, so it's not the same thing.
Yeah. Absolutely not the same thing. We have miracles 24/7. Like I said, the issue with my technology is it really, really works. It really, really works. That's the problem. That's the gift and the problem. There are those that have tried to hijack that and steal it and get it to not do what it's supposed to be doing to heal the world. Each and every system of ours is creating like earth acupuncture, expanding the fields exponentially, feeding the grids within the planet, around the planet. Each and every one of our systems goes out 2.2 miles minimally. We could argue with Emery Smith. Emery Smith argued with me over it. He goes, we've done the algorithms. I get challenged by the spook scientists. You know, everybody know Emery Smith? He did the alien
he's
autopsies and triple PhD crazy. Genius and insane. I love him. I love that genius and insanity
great.
stuff. So he came in, I get all the spook scientists. That first time he came into the system, he goes, you say it goes out 2.2 miles. We've done the algorithms, and it's 322 point something, whatever it was. But this creates an energy field, like I talked about the null zone. Well, even that baby little cube, you can feel the energy down here because it's creating a coherent, cohesive, unified field. The hyper healthy energy is in the room with the photons, you know, and the baby cube is that photon fountain. Come join us at, she left, Michelle's, come join us at Michelle's place on Tuesday. We'll be doing a full system and demonstration, questions, meet and greet in the system in Delray Beach. So if anybody wants that information, Tuesday, Delray Beach with Michelle.
Going to Delray.
And she's got that little cube up there, finally got that sucker running today, booth 212. And then Danny's up there from Boca Raton. He's brilliant.
We do not
Brilliant.
want, please, everybody, let me ask a favor. Please, when you leave us, go upstairs and go to the energy, every place that where we are. There's the energy room, there's upstairs in the mezzanine, there's booth 212. Please stop by those booths.
And Jim Trotter has a double booth. I mentioned Jim. He's had, he had a center here in Sarasota, Florida for 10.5 years, had all the Amish coming because reverse of the Parkinson's and things, so it'd be all bikes and stuff lined up in front of his place. But
You got Amish riding
so
bikes?
much fun. He could tell you so many things.
Amish riding.
No, well, they had their carriage. I think they did bikes.
Oh, I thought you were talking about motorcycles.
No, not motorcycles. They did
You're ready to
bikes.
say that's a serious hobby.
Oh, yes, I know that Michelle has bracelets and medallions in her booth. Does Danny have them up in his too?
Yes.
And I don't know if Jim maybe has them too, but anyway, find these suckers. Do not leave home without them. Okay, I said I'd share.
And do not go spend a couple of minutes at these booths. We are trying to support these people.
Every dollar is a vote.
And if
What
you-
are you voting for? Quit
And
voting for the companies that are
if you
screwing
don't see
us.
something that you wanna buy, please stop by and visit. Please stop by and support these people, because remember, as long as these systems are running, they're affecting everything within a couple of miles around. Everything is benefiting because they're running. And then to not go in and support these people and appreciate them and tell them thank you is a mistake you're making about your own health care.
Yeah, what do you value? It's all about creating value.
Do some Christmas shopping.
Oh, I look birthday
People-
presents, that's what I do.
Medallions and bracelets sell like hotcakes, and that's the best thing to having a system around your bed, because ideally every home should have them, and those cubes go all over the world. That little photon fountain, they really work. I mean, like I said, Mark's knees totally repaired. We hear
My
all
heart
those
has
stories.
been totally repaired, but it's sure a lot better.
Your
They're
heart.
giving me longer than 6 months to live. It used to be I'd give you 6 months to live every 6 months for the last 50 years. Now they don't even say that.
They don't know how he's still alive. It's worse than a cat. It keeps coming. No, we got a mission. We're here on a mission. We're trying, a vision, just want to get her done. But I said how this works. The blood runs through it. You feel these. They're on, that's about maintaining the integrity of your DNA. We want We want our bodies back, reclaiming our power. Future of health caring is in your hands. You know, the only thing beyond love, like I said, go for the expansion. The only thing beyond love is more fully shared love. So share, share, share. Get your butt and get off your butts, get your butt and everybody else's butts into those systems. The medallions are stronger. So the next best thing to having a system around your bed, 4 medallions, 4 corners of your bed, so you sleep because number one symptom of electrosmog and electropollution, being bombarded, number one symptom is sleep disturbances. You want to have lucid dreams instead, especially since we have this Neptune-Venus conjunction. And our dear Laura Eisenhower didn't make it here, so I share the astrology piece. That's about us living our highest spiritual vision, our mission. Let's get her done, right? Stay strong. This is about stay strong no matter what, because you're a pillar in the temple of God. Stand up.
All right. All right, anybody, any quick questions?
Just, I don't want to be a doom and gloomer, but
Please be a doom and gloomer.
what is the black and white thing that the doctors are going to tell you that's going to mess you up when they realize the energy system? What are they going to try to get you to do?
They're using the med bed to set you up already, the whole med bed concept, that they can heal whatever's wrong with you, grow limbs, all that stuff. But they're gonna have to, they use that, they put it out for 20 years, and they say it. Is it possible? Do they have them? Is it capable of creating? Abso-frickin-lutely. What is the point? The moment you hear it's gonna be necessary, okay? How do you manage your health care? You took the vaccine. What will be the next thing they say to manage your health care? A wearable.
And it's all for your
these
protection.
phones, a wearable.
A wearable what?
A wearable device like you have.
Like a chip watch.
Well, it's a wearable device because if you get a wearable device, like you see these watches, these Amazon watches, stuff like that.
Apple Watch, smart watches.
Well, watch this. Let me tell you what I think about that watch.
Okay.
I had a group of my friends that were running a op, okay, and they were mandated to have one of those watches. Okay, they had to wear it so that they could be tracked. Okay, so they know where you are, they know what your pulse is, they know what your heartbeat is, they know what your sugar level is. They can measure that on your phone right now. You don't need anything else. They can take your phone and do that. So a group of really smart opposition people tracked them on the satellite and wiped them out. Used a drone, and because they had on that watch, they could track them and bomb them into oblivion. And I lost 14 guys that day. So when you start to look at this watch, the watch will be a wearable. What Bobby Kennedy,
We have our wearables.
They'll tell you that it's good for you, that you need it.
it will be mandated for your
they're
health
talking about
care.
those wearables.
So
too.
what happens if you got a 2-year-old, it's gonna be same as the freaking mask. They're gonna break it or tear it off. And then the government is gonna show you nano-chipped technology. It's smaller than your thumbnail, and thinner than a hair. And you just put it under your skin and it'll do all the same things. So that's what they'll do.
And the data goes to the insurance companies, and the insurance companies will mandate what you do.
That's what I was
What
gonna
you
say.
will do as they use AI to determine what's gonna be wrong with you and what's gonna happen, AI will do an analysis of you, and they will control and dictate what you're doing. Please, we gotta get out of here. But please go by the Energy Center, please go by 212, please stand there and tell them that we love them, and please send them a little love.
I already did. My water
Oh,
bill's on.
send you some love.
Hey, girl, bring it on in here, Cliff.